All righty, welcome back to Are You Serious? We have some technical difficulties, so we're going to split this into two parts, and this is part two right here. So it is my turn on our top five games that we'd want to watch for the rest of our lives if we had to. And I'll just go with my three and two. My three was 98, Jordan at Jazz. And, I mean, that's just – I have to have some Jordan to watch. And then my number two was the 2016 NBA Finals where LeBron made the incredible block. So I can give you my number one if you want, or we can go back around.
Yeah, we'll come back around. I
All right,
figured
sounds good.
I figured honestly that 2016 finals would be your number one. So I'm interested to see what that is.
Yeah.
My number two, I have to put on here the 2020 Super Bowl. Finally, us Chiefs fans get our long-awaited title thanks to Patrick Mahomes. That I would watch that. I've actually already watched it twice since I've been quarantined. So that would be on my number two on my list.
My number two, I'd have to go with Wichita State. Probably, I don't know, to either go with the Gonzaga win or their game against Kentucky that they lost. Like one of those, probably the Kentucky game was probably one of the greatest college basketball games.
Yeah, it was so good.
That was the best game of the tournament by far. I'd probably put that as my number two. And then my number one, going back to soccer, probably one of the greatest soccer games of all time. Manchester City was down 2-0 in their crosstown. Yeah, you know this game, Kobe? Yeah, they're down 2-0, and they had 5 minutes left to score 3 goals, and they scored 3 goals to win the Premier League title on the last game of the year for them. And if they would have lost that game or tied, their crosstown rival would have won the Premier League. So that was like one of the craziest goals I've ever seen.
That might have been the most insane atmosphere I've ever seen in any sporting event ever. Like it was literally, and like I don't even watch soccer like that. But when Sergio Aguero scored that goal, I've never seen people go so crazy for anything. It was crazy.
That was that.
Well, I know this is going to come as a surprise, but soccer is not my number one on this. My number one is the 2008 National Championship game, Memphis versus KU, Mario's Miracle. Again, a lot like the Duke KU game. Even if you aren't a fan of either team, it was still a great game with NBA players all over the floor. Two of the greatest coaches in college basketball we have today, and even in 2008 as well. And that shot, you watch tournament preview shows and intros to basketball, college basketball games. And Mario's shot's always on there, So it's a transcendent moment in NCAA tournament history, and for a KU fan, it was 20 years after they won in '88. So that's my number one.
All righty. Well, my number one is the 2020 Keisha quarterfinal, Roseville versus Parsons.
Should have known that.
Oh yeah, that's my number one. I was thinking, I said I'd watch that over and over again for the if I had to, it never gets old.
Kobe,
I like the edit Coach Shirley posted. The edit Coach Shirley posted, that's pretty cool.
It was really cool. That was awesome. And I was sitting with Coach Welch, Kobe, during that game, and at one point, I don't remember when it was, I believe it was early in the fourth quarter. I think you came down, and hit a jumper or a layup or something. We both looked at each other and go, they cannot guard us anymore, because that's when Josh came in, and you had Josh in one corner and Kellen in the other. And I believe, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, those two hit 3 threes in the fourth quarter, I think, or third and fourth quarter, something like that. And they couldn't guard it. If they helped off you, they had these guys in the corner for threes. If they didn't help off you, they couldn't guard you. And we just knew at that point. I've watched it once since being quarantined, but I would like to watch it again to see just how they did not adjust to what we were doing offensively in the fourth quarter, and they had no answer for us.
If I'm being honest, a lot of times at the end of the year, I think when we got into those situations, especially that Parsons game, obviously I had the ball in my hand a lot, but I think at that point, a lot of offense, it kind of went out the window, because if you watch almost 4 straight possessions, it was kind of just I think it was almost 5. I didn't score. I think I scored 3 out of 5 times, but it was just me like creating. And then I came down and I gave it to Spencer, and we were just attacking mismatches at that point. Because I think honestly that's what you do too. I think Coach Shirley has always been right for that. Down the stretch, you run your sets, and people know what those sets are. They've seen your offense all game, so you just got to, go create.
Right.
That's what we did in the Clearwater and in the Parsons game.
Especially for Clearwater, who you've seen, it's the third time you've played him, and they know everything you guys do like the back of your hands, and vice versa. They got to make plays. If that's the one thing where, Parsons didn't play very many guys, and we would just wore them down. And again, they couldn't guard you or Spencer one-on-one, and they tried to help off. Josh hit some big threes. Kellen hit a big three, and hey, we're state champions because of it, right?
That's exactly right. We're state champs. But if there's not anything else you guys have, then I think that'll be it for today. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll have another guest on Friday. I'm not going to announce who it is yet. You guys can wait and see who it is. Surprise guest on Friday. But until then, you guys take care, be safe, and we'll see you guys then. Peace out.